the N.y.a show, episode 111, with like a gazillion panels. With a gazillion panels. Let me go ahead and close that out just so you can get the. Let's see, screen share has been stopped. Window has been closed. Yo, let me get back to the screen share. As we go into another week of the N.y.a show, I appreciate everybody that continues to check in with me. I appreciate y'all as always. I hope that everyone's week went well. It was a pretty even week, I would say, for the most part. But at the end of the day, I was just trying to keep up with everything that was happening. And I was like, all right, when it's come around to the show, I was like, I know exactly where like my head should be and like how I'm gonna go about doing it. So of course I was listening up, and sure enough, y'all know Big Body, he popped up over there in Ukraine, just on some just want to check on y'all to see how y'all living on some big bro kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? And intelligence suggests that China is now considering sending drones and ammunition to Russia. Now, this is just rumor, not 100%, confirmed or anything like that, but it's just a product of what, spies, snitches, and what everybody talks about, spies, stitches, inside intel that United States got people on our end that they can report back to just as well as it's the other way around. So best believe that the U.S. has intelligence from, that China is considering providing weapons. It said it does not appear that Beijing has made any final decision yet, and the sources say negotiation between Russia and China about the price and scope of the equipment is ongoing. So far, only Chinese companies have helped in any way when it comes to aiding Russia in the war in Ukraine. Is they provided real low-level stuff like safety jackets, helmets, not full like ammunition or anything that's used to use to harm or kill anybody. So since they've been invaded, Russia has repeatedly requested drones and ammunition from China, but China's leadership has been actively debating over the last several months whether or not to send lethal aid, because they like, yo, do we want to get put out there in the main stage being the ones that stood against what everyone else was saying that AD do that Russia is wrong? Or does China really just want to be like, yo, we want to be the biggest, baddest boss over here, in Europe. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Over here, let's do it. What we got to do. Let's keep to the side. U.S. intelligence have collected information over the weeks. Let's see, began warning about China's potential military support. Let's see, U.S. officials would not describe in detail. That means that we don't have nothing. But senior officials have been concerned enough that they have been actively sharing intelligence with allies and partners over the last week. This is the entire people that we got. They have, the National Security Council declined to comment. Let's see, asked on Friday about the potential sale of weapons, of equipment to Russia. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Wang Wiburn said in the daily briefing that China has always been a prudent and responsible approach to military exports and does not provide any arms sales to conflicted areas or belligerents. You know what I'm saying? So it seems like it's not in China's power or not in China's power, but it's not in their wheelhouse right now to truly want to go and invade on top of what Russia's doing, like adding supplies and lethal guns and like what we doing. I'm saying the United States is showing y'all what side we standing on. We standing on the side of is get down and lay down, like we fighting for. They should be able to be sovereign, things like that. The United States Ukraine got a blank check over here in the United States of America, so we already know where the United States stand. But China has always stood to the side, and I still don't think that this entire intel of the snitches, people that have been talking, have even got to anything that of substance that really gonna have people really scared or wondering if they're going to really supply them anything. Yeah, it may be talks and conversations happening, but honestly, if they wanted to provide or do anything, I'm pretty sure that they could under different scopes. It don't have to be anything of public knowledge. You know what I'm saying? People do stuff. The government can do stuff behind our back all the time over here. So imagine what they can do over there. So let's not forget that. You know what I'm saying? Let's never forget that. Now, the haunted mermaid mummy discovered in Japan is even weirder than the scientists expected. Now, I'm just entertaining the story here tonight because I want to know if anybody would have ever looked at this and said that, yo, this was a legit thing, because it's been videos that have been viral over the last couple of months that I've seen of a woman laying, she on the ground, and a fucking donkey, a damn donkey ass is out of the end, and all this stuff that making you think that people are combined with animals and humans. So now they're saying that a haunting mermaid mummy discovered in Japan is even weirder than the science expected. Now, it's not what they thought it was. Centuries-old mummified mermaid that scientists revealed to be a gruesome doll of animal parts is even wilder than they thought. So it was really just a combination of different animal parts and clay and cloth and all this stuff. But when it was originally on display in a Japanese temple that's located in Okayama, and they were able to finally research it, and they brought it. Let's see, they thought originally it was a torso of a monkey sewed onto a decapitated fish body. Let's see, the haunting hybrid, which resembles a N.y.a, which is Japanese mythology, was a fish-like creature which a human head that fabled to cure disease and let's see, increase longevity, had previously been displayed in a glass case at the temple for people to worship before it was being stored away for 40 years. A letter inside the mummy's box claims that the specimen was caught by a fisher sometime between 1796 and 1741, but it was likely created decades after as a hoax to sell to affluent people wanting to improve their health or live longer lives. So basically, they probably got to the rich of those with money saying that, yo, back in the day, son, you could just use this shit here. You could just come out. You're gonna be better. Your life gonna get better. Longevity, all that good shit. Just take this here. Just get this. And people was just buying it. And back then they were just going for anything. You couldn't do no research, no extra research. So they just get the shit. And that's exactly probably what happened. So niggas was able to make a flip off of some fake put together shit. Researchers have said that they found even more mermaids, and that they plan to they want to do DNA analysis on even more, but this is like a in-depth picture of it. On February 7th, a team finally released its finding, and what they found out about the mermaid was even more bizarre. The results showed that the mermaid's torso did not belong to a monkey, but instead was predominantly from cloth, paper, and cotton that was held together by metal pins running from the neck to the lower back, and it had also been painted with a paste made from a mix of sand and charcoal. However, the torso was covered in components stripped from other animals: mammal hair, fish skin, likely a puffer fish, covered parts of the arms, shoulders, chest. The mermaid's jaw and teeth were likely taken from a predatory fish, and they said the claws were made from keratin, meaning they likely came from a real but unidentifiable animal. So we don't really know what the top part of any of this was. It just put together pieces, y'all, but not a mermaid, as what the story initially brings people in, because this is what they thought for a long time. But after you can do some DNA and some look into it, you're like, yo, this is some paper and common, nigga, yo, get this shit out of here. But let's see, researchers were not able to identify any complete DNA from this, but the radiocarbon dating of the scales indicated they could date this back as far as the 1800s. So that just goes to show that you can still do DNA research and trying to find out what stuff is. But they're saying there's another 14 mermaids that have been found in Japan, and that the team now hopes to analyze and compare all of them to what they found with this one here, which is, like I said, nothing but put together things that were made to believe it, because it was in a temple and it was held sacred for so many years. So y'all let me know what y'all think about the stories here, because number one, we don't know if China is really planning to back Russia anymore. That's done in the past, doesn't plan to send any guns, weapons, or anything to do, anything to do with causing more. They said the China says that they're more in tune with doing peace talks over there than they are of aiding them in any way to continue doing what they're doing. So so has been said. And then, of course, I want to say that when it came to the fake mermaid, they can get us all. It's a lot of things that are eventually going to be unwrapped and put on display, and they will say, yo, that was a crop of BS too. So it's the N.y.a show, episode 111. Let me know what you think about the show, and I appreciate everybody for checking me out. Continue to share it out, do all that good stuff that you guys do, and I'll kick it with y'all next week.